Ladies and gentlemen, the 2021 Hall of Heroes and Military Honors Parade will begin in 1 minute. Please take your seats.
Good afternoon. On behalf of the administration, faculty, staff, and members of the 142nd Corps of Cadets at Georgia Military College, we would like to welcome you to the Hall of Heroes and Military Honors Parade. I am Cadet Jabril Bennett.
And I am Cadet Caitlin Coates, and we will be your narrators for this afternoon's parade.
At Georgia Military College, we celebrate over 141 years of military heritage that continues to provide hope, opportunity, excellence, and leadership for our students. These honored principles are the foundation of Georgia Military College. We pay tribute to part of that history today through the induction of the inaugural class of the Hall of Heroes. This exclusive recognition is the highest honor that can be bestowed on us alumnus of the Georgia Military College Corps of Cadets.
To join us in this celebration, Georgia Military College extends a special welcome to the guests and dignitaries who have joined Lieutenant General and Mrs. Caldwell, Chairman George Hogan, and we would like to recognize a few of the distinguished members.
The Hall of Heroes inductees and families. The family of Lieutenant General Max W. Noah and his widow, Mrs. Priscilla Noah. The family of Major General William P. Acker and his widow, Mrs. Nadine Acker, and the family of Lieutenant Colonel William L. Turner.
Mr. George Hogan, Chairman, Georgia Military College Board of Trustees. Colonel Tom Terrance, President of the Georgia Military College Alumni Association.
Already formed on the Grand Parade are members of the Georgia Military College Band. The band commander is Cadet Captain Madison Hartzog. The company first sergeant is Cadet First Sergeant Dalton Lloyd.
Our nation's colors and the 142nd Corps of Cadets are now marching into Grand Parade. The regiment, comprised of 4 battalions, will form on the field to begin this afternoon's ceremony.
Cadet Regimental Adjutant Cadet Major Maria Figueroa directed the band to sound Adjutant's Call and is conducting the Adjutant's March to center herself on the regiment to begin today's ceremony.
The Commander of Troops is now moving to the front of the field with his staff to receive the formation from the Adjutant. The Commander of Troops for today's ceremony is Cadet Colonel Corterio Baker.
Hooray! Hooray! Rest!
Sound Off is a ceremonial tradition that dates back to the Crusades when military bands marched and countermarched before units designated to take part in upcoming battle.
Sound off! Regiment! Attention! Present! Arms!
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand as the Georgia Military College band plays Ruffles and Flourishes. Traditionally, Ruffles and Flourishes is played for civilian dignitaries and general officers. This morning, Lieutenant General Caldwell defers honor to GMC's inductees to the Hall of Heroes and their families.
Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated.
Order! Arms! Hooray! Rest!
Again, welcome to the Georgia Military College and the 2021 Hall of Heroes and Military Honors Parade. Your host for today's ceremony is the President of Georgia Military College, Lieutenant General William B. Caldwell IV.
Regiment! Attention! Colors center! March!
The Commander of Troops has ordered the colors to come forward for presentation. The term colors originated around the 17th century, in the days when armies first adopted the regimental system. It was then decided that each regiment should be assigned a color. These colors not only made each regiment easy to identify, but also served as a rallying point on the battlefield. Today we refer to our nation's colors, nation's flag, the state flag, and the command flag as colors.
Sir, the colors are present.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the playing of the national anthem. For our guests in uniform and our veterans as desired, please render the hand salute. For our guests in civilian clothes, please place your right hand over your heart.
Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated.
Detachment. Order. Arms. Order. Order. Arms. Hooray. Hooray. Rest.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Director of Alumni and Community Engagement, Mr. Craig Portwood.
Well, today is the fulfillment of a vision to recognize Georgia Military College Corps of Cadet alumni who have provided extraordinary service to our nation while also bringing honor to their alma mater. Nominations are received from alumni and friends of GMC and then very carefully vetted by a committee of GMC leadership in conjunction with the Commandant's Office and the GMC Alumni Association. And it is our tremendous privilege today to induct the inaugural members of this class, Lieutenant General Max W. Noah, Major General William P. Acker, and Lieutenant Colonel William L. Turner. This is the highest honor that's bestowed on an alumnus from the Corps of Cadets. And each gentleman has served with great integrity and has credited their career to the foundation they received right here at Georgia Military College. So it is with tremendous pride that we celebrate their lives and share this honor with their families that are sitting here behind me today. And the complete narrative for each of the inductees is contained inside your parade program, and I encourage you to read that. But our first inductee is Lieutenant General Max W. Noah, high school class of 1948. Lieutenant General Noah graduated from GMC and began his engineering education at Georgia Tech before receiving an offer of admission to the United States Military Academy as an honor graduate of GMC. And then he graduated from the U.S. Military Academy in 1953. General Noah was the first in his family to join the military since the Civil War and served as a career Army officer in the Corps of Engineers for 35 years while living out the GMC values of duty, honor, and country his entire life. He commanded Army engineer units at all levels, and that included those in the 82nd Airborne Division, the 3rd Infantry Division, the 2nd Engineer Group in Korea, and the 18th Engineer Brigade in Vietnam. His construction experience in the Army Corps of Engineers included a variety of projects ranging from the Oahe Dam in South Dakota in the 1950s, flood control on the upper Mississippi, and constructing airfields in the Negev Desert in Israel after the Camp David Accords in the 1980s. And from 1980 to 1982, General Noah commanded the U.S. Army Engineer School in Fort Belvoir. Later in his career, General Noah led analysis and financial programs at major Army headquarters, including TRADOC at Fort Monroe, Virginia, and the Army Staff and Secretariat in the Pentagon. Developed Army programs as Director of Program Analysis and Evaluation from 1982 to 1984, followed by 4 years as the Comptroller of the Army. His military awards and decorations include 2 Distinguished Service Medals, 2 Legion of Merits, a Bronze Star, Meritorious Service Medal, and the Senior Parachutist Badge. Post-retirement, General Noah's efforts and leadership continued to be recognized by serving as Honorary Colonel of the 307th Engineer Regiment and the receipt of the Gold de Fleury from the Army Engineer Association. And in 2015, General Noah was appointed as a distinguished graduate of the United States Military Academy. General Noah and his wife Priscilla were active and dedicated supporters of Georgia Military College for several decades. General Noah was honored with the Georgia Military College Distinguished Alumnus Award in 1982 and served as the 2011 Alumni Parade Speaker. He also served as GMC Foundation Board of Trustee and as the 2012-2013 Annual Fund Chair. Despite all of his military success, he and his wife Priscilla always remembered the importance of family. He enjoyed being a big part of the growth and development of the next 2 generations of his family, including his daughter Kimball Burt and her husband Michael, son Van and wife Mina, and daughter Dabney and husband James, and 6 grandchildren and 5 great-grandchildren. And at this time, I would like to ask Mrs. Priscilla Noah to join President Caldwell, Mr. George Hogan, Chairman of the GMC Board of Trustees, as they present the Hall of Heroes coin for the inaugural class of 2021. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a round of applause to Lieutenant General Max Noah and his family. Our next inductee is Major General William P. Acker, Junior College Class of 1950. General Acker was the 19th president of Georgia Military College and was also named President Emeritus. He was commissioned a 2nd lieutenant through the Air Force Reserve Officers Training Corps program at the University of Georgia. And during his time serving his country, General Acker traveled around the world, became a decorated combat pilot, serving assignments in Japan, Germany, and Spain. And following the armistice during the Korean War, he flew missions designed to preserve the armistice. Later, he would serve 2 combat tours in Vietnam, during which he flew more than 211 combat hours. His military decorations and awards include the Defense Superior Service Medal, Legion of Merit, Distinguished Flying Cross with Oak Leaf Cluster, Meritorious Service Medal, Air Medal with 10 Oak Leaf Clusters, and the Air Force Commendation Medal with Oak Leaf Cluster. In 1977, he was awarded the GMC Distinguished Alumnus Award for his service to humanity and dedication to the institution. General Acker served 33 distinguished years in the Air Force before coming back to serve his alma mater as president from 1985 to 1992. So much of what GMC is today is due to the years of hard work and the solid foundation laid by General Acker. And when he assumed the role of president, General Acker was able to increase state funding for the school, added 6th and 7th grades to the prep school, added 4 college campuses in Georgia. He also resurrected the college football team and implemented new technology in the classrooms. Diversity was an issue near and dear to General Acker's heart. And as president, he began providing scholarships to African-American students to increase diversity. He grew African-American student enrollments from 3% to 18% during his tenure. And a lifelong commitment to providing equal opportunities to all people was a focus of his leadership. And through his dedication to GMC, the school developed a solid track record of sending young adults to four-year colleges instilled with the strength of character and discipline that comes from a military school. General Acker was a loving husband to his wife, Nadine Giles Acker, and a proud father of his three children, Colonel Retired Patricia A. Griffin, Mrs. Catherine M. Sessions, and Lieutenant Colonel Retired William P. Acker, Jr., as well as many grandchildren and several great-grandchildren. We are also joined today by his brothers and their wives, Mr. and Mrs. Jack and Anna Acker, and Mr. and Mrs. Jim and Julie Acker. And at this time, I'd like to ask Mrs. Nadine Acker to join President Caldwell and Mr. George Hogan, Chairman of the GMC Board of Trustees, as they present the Hall of Heroes coin to the inaugural class of 2021. Ladies and gentlemen, if you would please give a round of applause for the family of Major General William P. Acker. Our final inductee of the afternoon is Lieutenant Colonel William L. Turner, high school class and junior college class of 1934. The son of Dr. and Mrs. Dennis T. Turner, Billy moved at an early age to Milledgeville, Georgia, where he attended Georgia Military College, leaving in 1934 to attend the United States Military Academy. After his graduation, Billy reported to Vandergraft Field, Alabama for flight training. And after a short while at this, he was assigned to the cavalry and reported to the 5th Cavalry at Fort Bliss, later at Fort Clark, Texas. And following this duty, he was with the 10th Cavalry at Fort Riley, Kansas. In December of 1941, Billy transferred to the Armored Force and was sent to Pine Camp, New York for duty with the 4th Armored Division, where he remained until April, at which time he was transferred to Fort Knox, Kentucky, in the 8th Armored Division. In July of 1942, Billy transferred to the paratroops and was sent to Camp Toccoa, Georgia, where he was one of the first officers to report to the newly formed 506th Parachute Infantry Regiment, with which regiment he remained until his death. Lieutenant Colonel Turner jumped into France in the early morning hours on D-Day, June 6, 1944, the invasion of Germany's fortress, Europe. On D-Day +1, his battalion was ordered to attack an enemy stronghold at Vierville. And near Saint-Côme-du-Mont, they encountered heavy enemy resistance, and Lieutenant Colonel Turner jumped into a Sherman tank to personally direct the fire. Each time Lieutenant Colonel Turner got in or out of the tank, he exposed himself to enemy fire and eventually was tragically killed during the battle. But thanks to his heroic leadership, the battalion was able to move forward by destroying the German position. Lieutenant Colonel William Turner was posthumously awarded the Distinguished Service Cross for outstanding leadership, personal bravery, and zealous devotion to duty at the cost of his life. Other decorations he received include the Bronze Star Medal and the Purple Heart Medal. Lieutenant Colonel Turner's regimental commander shared this after his passing. From the day of his reporting to duty at Toccoa until his untimely death on 7 June, Bill Turner fulfilled his role as soldier. He trained his battalion with a singleness of purpose, preparation for combat with devotion and conscientiousness. His stature was small, his heart was big, his head was clear, his mind was sharp, and his courage unlimited. His battalion reflected his fighting spirit and tenacity of purpose. Besides his parents, Billy was survived by his wife, the former Miss Marjorie Jackson, whom he married in December of 1941, a brother, Rozier Turner, and a sister, Frances Turner Thornton. Turner family has a strong family legacy here at GMC, including Jack Thornton Sr., junior college class of 1938, who married Frances Turner. Dennis T. Turner, high school class of 1939. Rozier Turner, high school class of 1940. Jack Thornton Jr., high school class of 1961. And Martha Turner Wright, high school class of 1971. And at this time, I would like to ask Mr. Steve Thornton, Ms. Martha Wright, Ms. Carol Grant, and Ms. Ann Gordon to please join President Caldwell and Mr. George Hogan as they present the Hall of Heroes coin for the inaugural class of 2021. If you would please give a round of applause for the induction of Lieutenant Colonel William L. Turner and for his family. Ladies and gentlemen, it's now my privilege to introduce the President of Georgia Military College, Lieutenant General William B. Caldwell IV.
Just very briefly, I just want to pass on a message to our cadets. What you witnessed today is about legacy. What you witnessed today is about young men, in this case now today for us, young men and women, who saw the opportunities that were presented here at Georgia Military College and took advantage of it. They went out and struck their lives such that they would live the ideals of duty, honor, country, and character above all. They are your rallying cry. These three gentlemen that we recognize today in the inaugural class of Georgia Military College's Hall of Heroes are the kind of men, and in future it will be some women too, that we want you to emulate. They set a standard, they held themselves to it, and they lived the values that were taught here at this institution. It's an incredible honor for all of us to be a part of this today, and I want to thank all the guests that are here that joined in with us today in making this a very, very special occasion for our inaugural class of the Georgia Military College Hall of Heroes. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand as Cadet Caitlin Coates recites the cadet prayer.
Almighty God, General of all life's forces, Commander of nature, we praise thy holy name. Visit thy presence upon us and all former GMC cadets. Reinforce us in our quest for knowledge, integrity, and leadership. Instill in us humanitarianism and bless our enemy, whoever he might be. Extinguish for our daily lives greed and envy, and make us champions of right and ladies and gentlemen of honor. May we glorify thy name in victory and be courageous in defeat. Help us ever to think first of our comrades and secondly of ourselves and always of thee. Guide our footsteps and cleanse our minds. May we be first in the service of our country and first in thy service. Lead us, O Lord, that we might lead. Amen. Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated.
Pass and review.
Regimental Commander of the 142nd Corps of Cadets and Commander of Troops for today's parade is Cadet Colonel Quaterio Baker. Members of the regimental staff are Cadet Major Maria Figueroa, Regimental S1 and Adjutant, Cadet Major Andy Ring, Regimental S2, Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Sean Verner, Regimental S3, Cadet Major Jose Gonzalez, Regimental S4, Cadet Command Sergeant Major Dane Doyle, Regimental Command Sergeant Major.
The 2nd Battalion is commanded by Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Ethan Talatino. The Battalion Command Sergeant Major is Cadet Command Sergeant Major Belle Warren. Headquarters and Headquarters Company is commanded by Cadet Captain Chris Trussell. Company First Sergeant is Cadet First Sergeant Logan Mitchum. Charlie Company is commanded by Cadet Captain Hudson Caldwell. Company First Sergeant is Cadet First Sergeant Mary Catherine Lawrence. Delta Company is commanded by Cadet Captain Justin Wallace. Company First Sergeant is Cadet First Sergeant Jacob Steele.
The 1st Battalion is commanded by Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Alexander Baggett. The Battalion Command Sergeant Major is Cadet Command Sergeant Major Stephanie Trejo. Alpha Company is commanded by Cadet Captain Samara Hall. Company First Sergeant is Cadet First Sergeant Kaylee Lewis. Bravo Company is commanded by Cadet Captain Nathaniel Perkins. Company First Sergeant is Cadet First Sergeant Nicolette Fazekas.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand and render appropriate honors as the national colors pass in front of your seating area. For our guests in uniform and our veterans as desired, please render the hand salute. For our guests in civilian clothes, please place your right hand over your heart.
The 4th Battalion is commanded by Cadet Lieutenant Colonel William Comer. The Battalion Command Sergeant Major is Cadet Command Sergeant Major Zachary Moore. Alpha Company is commanded by Cadet Captain DeGeneres Gomez. Company First Sergeant is Cadet First Sergeant Alexander Joseph. Bravo Company is commanded by Cadet Captain Samuel Reyes. Company First Sergeant is Cadet First Sergeant Dylan Datterby.
The 3rd Battalion is commanded by Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Danica Risha. The Battalion Command Sergeant Major is Cadet Command Sergeant Major Peyton Davis. Petco Company is commanded by Cadet Captain Caden Lloyd. Company First Sergeant is Cadet First Sergeant Hannah Garner.
Ready? Go!
Foxtrot Company is commanded by Cadet Captain Kaylee Waters. Company First Sergeant is Cadet First Sergeant Morgan Hatcher. Headquarters and Headquarters Detachment is commanded by Cadet Captain Riley Wolf. Company First Sergeant is Cadet First Sergeant Carly Cochran.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the playing of the Army song.
Sir, this is the ceremony. Prepare to evolve.
Great job.
Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes the Georgia Military College Hall of Heroes and Military Honors Parade.
Thank you for joining us this afternoon.